writers, welcome to EdVantage. I am Dr. Rude and we are continuing our writing process today. Today we're looking at stage 2, drafting. We are continuing on from our pre-writing stage 1 into the drafting stage. In this stage, it's important to keep focus on the content. Think back to our house metaphor from the writing process video. You are laying a strong foundation for your custom home or your essay. The drafting stage is where many students experience writer's block. This is the stage that writers say, I have no idea what I'm writing about. I don't know what to do. Not to worry. You have your pre-writing exercises to guide you and help you create sentences and paragraphs. Let's examine the pre-writing exercises for narrative example prompt number 1. Here we go. We listed a list of possible topics according to the prompt. The prompt was to reflect on a particular event that forced you out of your comfort zone. The instructor is asking for a narrative here, where you're tasked with explaining why this was a significant event for you and how this event challenged what you consider to be comfortable. Here's an example from my own experiences. A list of possible topics I created was going to graduate school. It's totally terrifying, sets me out of my comfort zone in so many different areas because you have to step out of being a professional and think about being a student again, okay? Hiking Machu Picchu, amazing experience, but also very uncomfortable at times as you're reaching high elevations, going into low valleys. Very challenging to hike 10 miles a day to reach the final destination. Running a marathon, also challenging to reach that final mileage, especially when you're used to shorter distances like I was as a cross-country runner. I chose traveling to Japan, and you can see I created a concept map where I have my big ideas, and from there I will use this map to turn it into sentences and add details. So traveling to Japan is the center of the map. That is what I'm writing about. And I chose to focus on the language as being challenging, food as being very different, and the complicated transit system as another big challenge for me. So now I have 3 challenges that I'm going to write about in my draft. So now that I've chosen my topic about writing about Japan and the challenges I faced while I was there, I want to just focus on the content. I'm not going to worry about convention. I'm not going to worry about spelling or any type of grammatical errors. It's most important for me to include the who, what, when, where, why, and how in my essay. I need to get all that content, all the information about this trip in there and how it relates to my topic. My challenges that I faced in Japan. Remember, writers, that you should always be using BME structure, okay? Every draft that you have should have a beginning, middle, and end. Here's how you do it. This does not mean that you limit your writing to 3 paragraphs. It just means that your beginning will have 1 to 2 paragraphs, your middle will have multiple paragraphs, and your ending can have multiple paragraphs as well. But you should have it organized in a way that your reader can tell that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Many writers on the first draft tend to write 1 very long paragraph. We want to make sure that you don't do that. So focus on having a beginning, middle, and ending to your narrative. For example, if I'm talking about my Japan experience, I'm going to start with beginning, landing in Japan, my first impressions of the country. What do I see as I enter the airport? How is it different? Then I'll introduce my host and explain to my reader where I am. So I have this whole beginning stage where I can set the stage with the setting and the characters of my narrative. The middle paragraphs will really focus on the struggles that I experienced outside of my comfort zone. The language barrier, the complicated transit system, and new food options. This is a great place for me to really dig in with some of the details of the experiences I had with these challenges. And then in the conclusion, this is the place where I get to explain to my reader what I learned from this experience and how it affects me today. So now, writers, it's time to put your pen to paper or your fingers to the keyboard. Let the writing flow without worrying about any misspellings or grammatical errors. Get your thoughts down in sentence and essay form. Elaborate on those ideas with details, and take some time and get that draft complete. I hope this video has helped you. Thank you for watching, and remember, there'll be another video about how to revise your draft. So please click on the EdVantage logo and subscribe for the next video. Take care.